Now that we know what Jingliu's Lightcone does, and we also know what the banner has, today we're going to be talking about Jingliu and the value of her Lightcone banner, because as I know and as everyone knows, a lot of people are excited for Jingliu to come out, and with that being said, a lot of people are going to want to summon for her Lightcone as well. So today we are going to be looking at her 5-star signature Lightcone and also the 4 stars that are going to be with it. So of course, before we get into the video, make sure to leave a like and a sub on the video. I very much appreciate it, and if you do, you're going to get your Jingliu in one multi or maybe even a single, and same with the Lightcone. So let's go ahead and start with the video talking about I Shall Be My Own Sword, which is Jingliu's 5-star signature Lightcone. Now the passive of this is going to be increase the wearer's crit damage by 20%, and when an ally gets attacked or loses HP, the wearer gains 1 stack of Eclipse up to 3 stacks. Each stack of Eclipse will increase the damage of the wearer's next attack by 14%, and when 3 stacks are maxed out, an additional attack will be delivered that ignores 12% of the enemy's defense. This effect will be dispelled after the wearer delivers their attack. Now the one thing I want to say about this Lightcone, I'm pretty sure the wording is supposed to be a little bit different from what it's saying, which I think is supposed to say when you do get your 3 stack, the next attack is going to ignore defense as well. I don't think a full additional attack is going to come out from this. That'd be a little weird, and that might be a little too OP because it doesn't say anything about a separate scaling or nothing. So if that were the case, that'd be way too OP. I think it's just that the attack will be losing defense as well, or the enemy will lose defense when that happens. So talking about this Lightcone, overall just a really nice stat stick for a lot of people. I don't think this Lightcone will work on a multitude of characters. I think this is a full-on Jingliu only Lightcone, because yes, the crit damage is very strong. Having that 20% crit damage is going to help out for sure, but now here comes the hard part. When an ally gets attacked or loses HP, gain a stack of Eclipse. Now, this is going to be hard for characters like Clamor, who are already going to be taunting. It's going to be hard for characters like Blade, or just overall the destruction class as a whole, because you have a lot higher chance of getting hit rather than a lot of the other classes. And not only that, you're not going to have time to stack up these Eclipse stacks if you're going to be doing an attack before 3 of your allies get hit. You have to be in a very high scenario of AoE damage to be able to get this stack off very consistently when it comes to the max of 3 stacks. While Jingliu, all she has to do is be in her transcendent state, and then when she does her skill, guess what? All of your team loses HP, and she'll instantly get those 3 stacks she needs for her damage. So overall, this Lightcone for sure is going to be a very specific one to have on Jingliu. So if you're going to be looking to summon for her Lightcone, you might want to know that if you're going to be summoning on it, you're going to be going for her and her only when using it. This can be a nice stat stick and help a little bit in damage when it comes to having the characters use them in the destruction class. Maybe in the future we might have more characters that also take HP away, but for right now it is a solely only Jingliu Lightcone. The stats are right. The crit damage is cool. You just won't be able to get that max stack off unless you're in a high AoE situation when it comes to being in your team, because other allies have to get attacked. So besides the character that's wearing it, if they don't all get hit, you're not going to get your max stacks. If you attack too early, you're not going to get your max stacks. So make sure to remember that this is a very exclusive to Jingliu Lightcone, and that is it. Now talking about the next thing is the 4 stars that are going to be on this banner. The 4 stars are going to be Make the World Clamor, Eyes of the Prey, and also Memories of the Past. These are going to be the 3 4-star Lightcones, and not gonna lie, this isn't very exciting just because out of all the options they could have possibly put in this banner, a lot of these are very underwhelming, especially what the other options would have been if they did go with another Lightcone in the same class. Make the World Clamor is going to be an Erudition Lightcone, and is going to be the wearer generates 20 energy immediately upon entering battle and increases ultimate damage by 32%. Now of course, with it being Erudition, this is mainly supposed to be for Qingque, who is going to be on this banner, and by far Qingque really doesn't use her ultimate at all. She really uses her skill and basically her basic attack in order to get her damage out. So you would want to buff up her basic attack, not really her skill and not really her ultimate. So this by far is not going to be helping out Qingque in any way, shape, or form. This would be for characters like Serval. This would be for characters like Himiko. I don't know. There's just a bunch of other characters that could possibly use this, but Qingque is definitely not it. So when it comes to gearing out the characters that are on that specific banner, not a great Lightcone for Qingque, but could be a nice Lightcone for other characters in the Erudition path. Now the next is going to be Eyes of the Prey. Now this one is going to be very nice. This is one of Sampo's better Lightcones, and overall a very strong Lightcone for a lot of different characters that are going to be in this game, increasing the wearer's effect hit rate and then also increasing the dot damage. Overall, just a very freaking strong Lightcone for the Nihility path, and it's going to be put on almost any Nihility character when it comes to them being a dot character, whether it be Burn, bleed, or even wind shear or shock as well. And this could be really nice with Gwenaifen when she comes out as well. So being able to have that effect hit rate boost, being able to have that dot boost is not only going to help that character, but it's also going to help Kafka if you do have this on your team as well. So overall, this is a nice 4-star Lightcone for sure, rather than the other options. And then also we do have Memories of the Past. Sadly, this is also a very underwhelming Lightcone to have. This is going to be a Harmony Lightcone, with it going to be increasing the wearer's break effect by 28%. When the wearer's attack additionally regenerate 4 energy, this effect cannot be repeatedly triggered in a single turn. So yeah, these are not stats or things you would want on a Harmony character, especially increasing the wearer's break effect by 28%. I guess if you want to run break effect Asta, you could technically do that, and then when you do get your attacks, you regenerate 4 energy, and it cannot be done more than 1 turn. And especially with our supports, especially how we want them speedy, you're not gonna be able to get this off in the passive when you're getting your extra turns with your support. So overall, not looking very nice when it comes to the Lightcone banner that Jingliu is going to have. A lot of the options are very superseded by other Lightcone options, whether it be the 4-star options in its path or even the 5-star Herta Lightcones. I wish they would have given this banner a little bit more love, just because there's so many different options they could have given, especially for the Harmony class one. They could have gave us Planetary Rendezvous again. They could have given us Dance Dance Dance. These are some really good Lightcones that were really amazing, that will help a lot. Memories of the Past by far is probably the most underwhelming Harmony Lightcone they could have put on there. Eyes of the Prey is still a very strong Lightcone for sure, and it's overall just one of the better options if you are going to be summoning for this Lightcone. And then also for Make the World Clamor, this one is not going to help Ching Chui that much if you are trying to gear her out. This can be good on other characters, like I said, with Serval, with Himiko, maybe even Herta, but there are better options when it comes to an Erudition Lightcone like Birth of the Self and all these other ones that you could possibly get. I don't like the 4-star options that much besides Eyes of the Prey. And for Jingliu as well, this is a very niche Lightcone that is only going to be able to work when it comes to having a Lightcone on a destruction character, because as I said, the crit damage is nice, but the passive of your ally has to get attacked, or your ally has to lose HP to get these Eclipse stacks. You are going to get the Eclipse stacks, which means you are going to get increased damage, but you're almost never going to get that ignore enemy defense out of this when you max out the Eclipse stacks, because they do leave as soon as you do an attack. So Clara, she'll basically never get to use this because she will attack with her follow-ups if she gets attacked, which immediately cleanses off the Eclipse stacks. Same thing with other characters. Blade can end up being like this. Other characters in the destruction class could be like this, because with their follow-up attacks, or even them getting their turn super early because you're buffing them with Bronya or something, they're just never really going to get these stacks off for them. So if you are summoning for this banner, and I think if you are going to summon on this banner, you want to make sure that you're doing it because you're going to go all the way max pity, ready to get Jingliu's Lightcone, and not really trying to get it to snipe it off or to get the 4-star options, because there's really not a lot of value when looking at the 4-star options, and also looking at the amount of, I guess you say, usability with this new 5-star Lightcone, which is Jingliu's. If you're going to be pulling for it, only pull if you want it for Jingliu only. Don't expect this to be put on other characters, although it sounds very nice. The amount of actual passive you're going to be getting out of this in normal use without Jingliu is not going to be as high as the 100% uptime you will have with Jingliu. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. Hopefully everyone gets their Lightcone super duper early because of how it looks, and also same with Jingliu summons as well. Hopefully y'all get it in the first multi. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See y'all in the next one, and peace.